Mm. I've got a cardamom cookie. How good does that look? Mm. Mm. Divine. It's so good. It's so funny. I put these little sprinkles of cardamom on there to make it look like a more aesthetic, and it's just a sugar cookie with cardamom essentially. And the frosting is like frosting with cinnamon and more cardamom. And I put these sprinkles of cardamom on there just to make it look pretty, and it like leveled it up even more, even though this was already so good. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my dog. She's trying to get a little bit of this and she can't. Ooh, so good. So today, by the way, when in doubt, more cardamom always. Found out that there's a cardamom essential oil. It's a little pricey where I am, but when I get my hands on some, y'all better watch out. I'm gonna be smelling like cardamom. So good. Every day I will smell like cardamom at that point. But today, what am I going to be talking about today? Well, today I want to be talking about like not getting caught up in this is how you have to do YouTube. This is how you have to do TikTok. This is the XYZ formula on how to make it big online. I don't know. I really got wrapped up in watching a lot of those videos for a while, a couple of years ago. When I was like first starting to post on my TikTok, I just was kind of like, oh, this is like a formula. This is so weird. And even a little bit when I started on YouTube, I was like, how do I do this? Like, okay, you only post it at 2 p.m. and or around that time, and try to post like every couple of hours if you're trying to really saturate yourself, but you have to make that 2 p.m. mark, and just here's how your titles should look. Here's what you should talk about. Do the bullet points. Do the niche down. Oh, hate niche down. Hate that. But there's a lot of that chatter. This is how you got to do it. And I got wrapped up in that because like I'm a very goal-oriented person. I want to make it on here. I want to make it on TikTok. These are my goals. I want to be an online presence. And I am an online presence, but I want to be an influencer. I hate that word. I really wish we could go back to the times when influencer was not a thing. People were making money online, but they were not calling themselves influencers. Remember the term YouTuber? We need to go back to that. I think that's cute. But, yeah, there's just been like a lot of chatter, and I'm goal-oriented, so I just really wanted to, propel myself the best way that I can. And it's just sort of interesting because like, I just had to stop myself and think about it for a second, and realize that like I don't even watch those kind of videos. In fact, when I see people following a formula, instant click away for me. And hey, maybe that's different for you or for other people, but I don't think I'm alone in this. When I see that, like, when I see the signs of somebody has followed like this pattern or this like how-to guide on how to do this, it feels so curated. It feels like, what are you even in this for? And when I started getting into the habit of listening to these people, it made it sound like, if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? You know, it's like I had to stop for a second, kind of ask myself, like, what am I doing this for? Am I wanting to uphold that structure that isn't even something that I would watch? And if so, for what reason? what is my reasoning for even posting at that point if it's not really me? I think some part of it felt like me because I am quite type A. I mean, everybody's kind of a blend, a mix of both, right? But I lean type A, I really do. And can you tell? Can you tell? But I think because of that, it felt like, well, I guess this is kind of me. It is like, I love the structure, I love the rigidness of it, but like, I also, at the same time, I'm like trying to become a more my most relaxed self. Not being so rigid. You know, I mean, we spend, I think a lot of us who get in these habits of like, I have to do things X, Y, Z, I have to do things like this, you know, it might stem a little bit from the fact that we spent, what, a good 18 years of our lives now. From 5 to 18, 4 to 18, we spend, and then some when you're in college, you spend that time in this to-do list. You know, 5 days a week, you're essentially at a job. You know, you are waking up at the crack of dawn, and you got this to do, and this to do, and this to do, and it kind of makes you, if you're a type A person naturally, kind of like reinforces that a little bit. And you know, it's like, it's a wonder that that's so drilled in to me, like, this has got to be hard, this has got to be rigid, this has got to be, you know, and it's like, it really doesn't have to be that way. Life does not have to be that way. Like, make your own life, and if that's not how you want, like, in your spirit, in your soul, you don't want to live your life that way for the next however many years, because if this pops up, are you going to want to continue living your life that way for the next however long? It feels like a money grab. I'll say that. It feels, and sometimes when they talk about it, they make it sound a little bit like a money grab. Like if you do this, if you do this consistently for this many days in a row, you will get, you know, you will see results. You will, and if you don't, then it's on you because you're not doing the formula right? Just a moment ago when I was uploading my other video, just for a second too, I wanted to put a little emoji in the title, and I stopped myself for a second because I was like, well, no, we can't do that. Like, I can't put an emoji in the title because that's like, that not what the formula is. Like, people don't resonate with that, or people don't like that, and it's like, what am I saying? Literally, what am I saying? I'm just regurgitating what these groups of people who decided that that's how it is say it's got to be, when it doesn't even really make sense. It doesn't even make sense for what I have watched. I used to watch Christina Randall back in the day before she started talking about true crime. She used to talk about prison. She was in prison for 3 years of her life. And I love her so much. Like, my heart, I don't know why, I just, like, she just is awesome to me. But she used to talk about, like, prison, and also, like, her childhood, and just growing up, and just the rough kind of life that she lived and grew up in. And she would have these insane, intense, amazing stories, and then her titles would be something like cute fluffy bunnies, like cute, like, just something random. Like, maybe it was just like whatever was in her head. I do kind of have a theory that, like, maybe she didn't, like, fully want everybody to just, like, see the title and just click on it, but more just like, if you know her, you know her, and you're here to listen to her story, rather than like, wait, what? This woman went through something crazy? Let me click on that, you know? I don't know, that's my little theory. But she would, like, have, like, emojis in her title, and, like, and I would click on it. Like, you know, I think even my first video that I watched of her, like, was, like, had, like, an emoji in it or something. I don't know, but I just, like, I'm like, what am I talking about? Like, I don't watch videos like that are super controlled, super unnatural. I also live a quite natural lifestyle. I'm a very natural being. Obviously, makeup girly, like natural hair girly. And so, like, why am I trying to make this something that it's not? Making this my future, my goals, like this, like, rigid, controlled, polished, like, I don't know, like almost fake, but not. It's not like it's coming from a place of fakeness in my heart. It's just this, like, the most perfect version of me, the most perfect controlled version of this. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. It really does not have to be that way. Especially if you're a very natural person that likes to go with the flow and wants to embrace that part of themselves, embrace the artistry of it. Because being an artist is oftentimes messy, and I want to embrace that part of myself and view what I do in my lifestyle as art. My life, what flows from me, as art as a whole. Then I should just let it go, let it flow. And if I want to put a little cutesy emoji, if I want to do like a little weird little title, then I should. Then I absolutely should. And that's on aligning with your true self.